You got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Hey, four down, four down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
They're going for it. It's Lauletta. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he loses the football a second time. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. And they're going to come up empty here on fourth down. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now they'll run it on the toss. There he goes inside the 30. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A big play there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are in for 6. And now a two-point conversion attempt forthcoming. Here's Mariota. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And a third down pass falls incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Leopard!
Tight end's right. What's tight? Tight end's right. Hey!
Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep here for Watkins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check 30.
And they'll They'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He sets to fire deep. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And they'll go to the ground attack here. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Get him, boys. Hey, check back, 6.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
3. 1.
Second down, Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 30 yards there.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now a play fake, and it's Lauletta. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Lauletta on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Keep it rolling.
Switch.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
Let's go.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Play action now. Mariota rolling to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Right there. Ohio! Ohio!
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Ohio! 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 Flex round! Flex round!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. For a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. On 3rd down, it's Hunt, and they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Boswell's kick is good. And they take the lead out in front at 13-12. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And that is incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
4 down. Check.
They run. It's Johnson. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Here we go now.
Lawletta on 1st down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 3rd down, Lawletta. Complete out right to Jake Butt. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
1.
On 2nd down, Mariota again. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
One.
Hey, watch the ball.
Final play of the half here. Mariota going for the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They go play action here on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And they'll go on the ground. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Cardinals on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
One.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
One.
On fourth down, they snap it to Mariota. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56.
Lauletta looking for a first down throw. This is caught. Watkins. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Here we go now. Green 39. Kill. Watch him now, Barney. Gun.
From the gun, here's Lauletta. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Lauletta, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
We got 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They get it to him running left. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Play fake, Mariota. Looking deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter if it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
It's caught. Nelson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. From the gun, Mariota. And this one is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Mariota on 2nd and 10. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A shotgun snap to Lauletta. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
And the Seahawks on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 17.
Lauletta now to throw it. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Check 37. Check 37. Whip. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Shift. Hut.
Back to throw, Lauletta. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now here's Lauletta. And he's going to jump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They'll run it now out of the gun. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he lost the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Man left. 3 down. All right, here we go. 3-19.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale.
Detroit! 3 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here we go now. 3-19.
This is Hunt. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. they're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On third down, that's Hunt. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
A first down throw for Mariota. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Easy. 1.
Mariota now. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It got his man complete. A huge play there for Arizona. 43 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Off the play fake, Mariota going for it all. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here's Lauletta after the interception. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down.
Black 99 Philly, here we go. Set, blue, line.
They'll toss it to Hunt, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, it's Hunt, and he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And taken at the 46. 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Casey Hayward. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. Ricardo Lewis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
1, 1. 1, 1, 1. 1, 1. 1, 1. Hey, what? 1, 1, 1. 1, 1. 1, 1.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll go deep down the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They were looking to throw, holding of the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. you're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide, usually going to pick up a holding call.
Throwing is Mariota. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They go play action. Mariota. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw. He's got a man. Complete. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let it. And that is caught. Touchdown Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals cut into that lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. T.J. Green with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And Lauletta's going to throw it here. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's Hunt. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Lauletta. And able to find Conley. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Lauletta on 1st down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Conley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Boswell on now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 15. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
You've got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 2nd down, Mariota again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. First down, Mariota. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. One. Hey, motion backfield.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. One last shot now for Mariota. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world,